I've been wanting to play squad for ages, but I just don't have the cards. But it's kind of reached a point now where I'm like, well, let's just do the best we can with what we've got. You know, we've been waiting too long. The wait's way too long. So of course it's called Halvesy Squad because it's not really optimal. It's not really like a full deck list for squad. In fact, it's gone in a weird direction. I kind of started with what you might call like a standard squad build with troopers, Andromeda, stuff like that. But because I'm missing certain stuff, I ended up going in a weird direction. Like, I've even got 3 copies of Basic Trooper. I own 3 copies, but I couldn't fit in I couldn't fit in more than one copy. I don't know. It's kind of strange. I've only got 2 copies of Andromeda, and I don't actually like Andromeda at all. But I think, like 10 advanced is kind of what you're aiming for. Like that's 25% of the deck. You're going to have something to put in the Cryo Core an awful lot of the time. And you can cycle to something you can put in the Cryo Core when you need it. But I've also got, again, like I like having like just 1 copy of this. It's just a niche card. It doesn't seem to make sense in squad. It's just in itself, like if it looks like my opponent's about to slam, I feel like I'm in trouble. Gen Shiryoku allows me to kind of like come out with something big. And that way I can, like foul play 1, Gen Shiryoku, something else. The board becomes a lot more manageable that way. But it's a niche pick. Same with Leviathan, like 9 matches out of 10. I don't expect to use this. But just occasionally someone is going to come in with something really frustrating, or they're going to put a data extraction behind, like double Guardian. And Leviathan occasionally just has matches where it will win you the match on its own. It's very, very specific. It's very narrow set of cases. The rest is kind of standard squad, right? So like 3 Celendis, Pandemonium, Zeus as well, kind of weird. But I've already talked about heroics, and I also think Zeus has like really good reach. Not even taking into account that he's, a 6'11" body. If this was just like a building that just had this as an ability, if you have 5 cards in hand, Zeus comes out. That's 5 damage to every building plus the cycle. So he's already done 5 damage, not including the body. Your opponent will have to dedicate cards to get rid of Zeus, which is even more damage. So, like, you kind of think about it in your head, like visualizing it. It kind of seems like Zeus has a reach of like 7-8 damage very, very easily. Like if he's on the board, he actually has like really, really good reach. Like 7-8 damage before you've done anything else is absolutely no joke. And just heroics in general. At least you're using your Cryocore for something. I talked about heroics in Cryocore so much. I'm not going to talk about it again. I've only got 2 copies of Command Center. I feel kind of weird. Like I'm not used to playing squad, so it feels weird having a card that isn't going to draw and doesn't give me immediate power. It's something I have to hold on to for ages. The Data Fuse is all about me. I just like this card. As a general rule, I think giving 1 evolution point to draw a card is a fantastic deal. It kind of sucks that my opponent gets to choose when that happens. I've already said I can only like fit in 1 copy of Basic Troopers because, I mean, discarding a card in my hand already makes me feel uncomfortable. And what you summon, it can't evolve, can't do anything. They're good for like the turn you bring them in, but otherwise it just feels a bit uncomfortable. Like they need to make a really strong impact on the board. Sometimes I don't think this is enough of an improvement over just putting down a basic trooper. Like if I've already got, like a Pandemonium and another troop on the board through Psychor, or just putting down, like my default mutant, then the difference between using basic troopers and discarding my default or just using my default doesn't feel that big, and my default at least can evolve and get more power. Like bid recycling, sometimes you start first, sometimes you need to cycle, sometimes you want to deny evolution points. We've only got 2 copies of Andromeda and we've got no other healing. So occasionally we can have like a silver or gold that's been worn away by a few battles and it's only got like 3 health. And it's like, just get rid of that now before my opponent can benefit from those evolution points. I'd rather destroy it myself and at least get some card draw. Cycling. Only 1 copy of Incinerate, only 1 copy of Foul Play, only 1 copy of Into the Void. It feels really, really uncomfortable. Military training as well. I actually only own a single copy of military training. This wasn't even my choice. So I've done the best I can to make up for it, because I've only got one copy of military training. I've also using a copy of strength in numbers, which is kind of something I use in a lot of my 0 to 100 decks. Stuff like Murgle, where I go from a board of like 0 to just slamming everything on the board. Let's go. You know, a lot of my Mystic summon decks as well. Stuff like Puppetron. I like strength in numbers because, you know, you suddenly got like 3, 4, 5 units on the board. Strength in numbers is actually an additional, you know, 8, 9 damage very, very easily. So I'm trying to make up for military training here. Obviously you don't get the HP, but because Psycore summons a unit, because Printer summons a unit, I don't know if I've actually got Printer in here. Nah, I just skipped the Printer in the end. Printer, I mean, the reason you have to pay health for Psycore is because it's so much faster. Printer, you have to wait a turn, and that's the problem. And you're giving up an evolution point. So, Power Orb, I didn't have this in originally, but just cantrips. And I think sometimes, you know, you need the Power Orb just to get you over there. It feels so weird. In order to dedicate to squads, you know, like one copy of Foul Play, one copy of Incinerate. Can I really guarantee I'm going to have these when I need them? I don't know. I actually don't know. But if you're going to buy into squads, I think you kind of have to do this. As I said, it's not an optimized squad build. I don't have enough cards to play like a true squad deck. This is just a makeshift deck with what I have. With a couple of like niche, borderline cards, which I think have great like card slot value. Like I think a single copy of Leviathan or Genshiryoku justifies its card slot value. It's worth having a single copy that you draw occasionally. You so rarely need it, but it has a lot of value when you do need it. And other times you can just cycle it away. I think they're the types of cards where if you have multiples of them, if you have 2, 3 copies, then it depreciates in value, like the card slot value depreciates. You kind of have to, like, if you've only got 40 spaces, you kind of have to justify each card slot, you know, like, is this worth a slot in my deck? Again, Shiryoku, I mean, I know we're going for squad, but I think just a single copy of it is okay. Leviathan is okay. Sometimes we're going to draw it at the wrong time. It's going to be a little bit irritating, but it's not going to be crippling. If someone's got buildings, we've got some ways of getting around it. I mean, even just basic squad is a way of getting around it, right? I think it could be interesting. I feel really kind of like excited and nervous. So I've never played squad before. And I think it's going to take us a while to like really get used to it and understand. Okay, apparently we're playing against ourselves. I don't actually know what to make of this. Oh, and we start as well. I don't want this until we've actually got somewhere to go with it. Actually, we'll keep the Incinerate. Yeah, do I even want to put Pandemonium in? I don't want to put Pandemonium in until I know I can go in, like, with a big play. Okay. So we'll definitely be looking to cycle Zeus as soon as possible. We'll put the Andromeda first because I don't actually have like... I think that's my worst card by far in my hand. Oh, hand is kind of packed though. Oh, I'm just so new to squad. I've played against it so much, but now we're going to see it from the other side. And it already feels a bit, you know, awkward. I guess you could say it's not my natural inclination. Like, when I first started playing Mutants Genesis, I wasn't immediately like, oh, we should totally play like a squad deck. There's a building behind this for sure. It's like, I definitely wasn't like, oh, squad deck. That's definitely what we should go for. I was drawn more to Necro. Why didn't they attack? Have I missed something here? Okay. Again, like, I don't want to commit. But if this isn't actually going to die yet, then it's okay. Kind of a weird one, though. Do I even want to do this? I didn't even attack with it. I don't know. Yeah, this whole thing's weird. So they destroy Andromeda. Possibly we incinerate. I just don't feel like we have the pieces yet. They can't evolve this enough to get the Puppetron out, can they? No. Incinerate's looking pretty strong. They've got some sort of weird building deck. Building deck. I clearly have very little clue, like, what's happening here. The Puppetron itself can destroy the Andromeda, though. But don't you just attack with the Puppetron? Isn't this kind of pointless? What is going on here? Why aren't they attacking? I mean... So, how do we want to do this? Just... This doesn't feel great because I would have obviously preferred to boost them through military training or strength of numbers. But yeah, they've only got 5 cards in their basic, so... What is their deck? I don't even know. I assume this must be a new player or something. Because this is just weird. Can we even count this as an actual match? Just a sec. Are they about to cast their ability on themselves? No. Okay, so they've just thrown, basically. I don't know why they're throwing. That's kind of a shame. It ruins the game for everyone when you're going to do this. Like... Well, we won't be adding them to our friends list, that's for sure. If you don't want to play, just don't play. I don't know what they were doing there. It was a bit silly, wasn't it? I suppose I should set a disclaimer yet again, but this obviously isn't going to be like an optimal squad deck or anything. I'm really just doing the best I can with what I have. I've just been wanting to play squad for so long. so we can appreciate it from the other side. So I go second. I'd like to go first. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Yeah, this really sucks. Does this mean I can't Darwinism? Is Darwinism not a card that we like in our starting hand and squad? It kind of feels that way a little bit. Because you only really want to evolve, like rush evolve, when you've actually got things to threaten with. They didn't do anything. Wow, that's kind of crazy, isn't it? Oh, this kind of works. You know, Leviathan might be pretty... we've got two directions to go in here. I kind of feel like they're going to have buildings, and Leviathan might make a massive difference. Was their plan to destroy my basic and then Darwinism the Pit Lord? It feels like it a little bit, right? As it is, Andromeda's probably going to die. Oh, so they didn't even want to dedicate their default because they've just sacrificed it, of course. They didn't put anything in the cryocore either. So they're playing around foul play, kind of, but not really. I don't know. I mean, we can really put this in now. We can put this in now. Why not? Maybe this is a waste of power orb. But I don't exactly want to go too fat either until we've got a grasp on what they're trying to do. Yeah. 3-5 as well into a non-cryo core. Feels comfortable, doesn't it? We've basically created a body that they need to deal with, but it's going to cost them cards, yeah, to deal with. They might have just drawn the wrong end of their deck. I don't know. Playing Mystic can be a little bit difficult though. There's very little front side damage. You need your opponent to commit so you can then burn their stuff off. We've got 2 wins, but it's hard to feel satisfied. Is this what playing squad is like? Is it actually miserable? Do you play people all day that just kind of can't be bothered? If you don't have it, then you lose. But if you have it, people just concede straight away. But we don't even have it. At no point have we really had a hand. I'm like, okay, this is it. This is the big one. This is where it all goes down. Who would I like to play as a comparison? It always seems to be Darkou. Like I know Darkou has like a really good space deck, and the zoo deck is okay, but it's the space deck he has which is kind of ridiculous. I think Tay2 might have a space deck as well. I'm just thinking of people that I've actually played against with space decks. I'm not sure about Tay2, but I'm very sure about Darkou because he has smashed me before with it, where he's just had like 9-10 cards in hand. Pandemonium comes out, those 9 cards all get put to use, and you're like, oh my, like this is something, you know, like you can foul play some of it, but this board is so big, I don't know what to do, you know, I'm in trouble. It'd be nice to have that feeling, but I'm getting the feeling that it's very different from the perspective of actually playing the squad, but that doesn't happen all the time, despite how it feels. Centralized orders, like these are things that I don't want immediately, right? Yeah, do I even want Incinerate? Because they're also going burn. It's a good option, but it means that early game's going to be really slow. Like, we're not going anywhere anytime fast, are we? With the 3 and the power orb, we're kind of okay, but it's... We could take a lot of damage here before we stabilize. Wow. But they didn't even put their default down. I'm so confused. How do you want to do this? Do we want to cycle? No. Yeah, I guess we do. Cycle power orb kind of gives us a bit more damage. Because then we can do this. No, I don't even want to commit. I don't even want to commit. Just do it like this. It kind of sucks because we could have done this another way and gotten the bonus. Kind of a weird one though. So this time around they get what they wanted, right? They're gonna evolve the pit lord. Fair enough. Why didn't they put down their default creature though? Like, are they just allergic to putting down default creatures? What's going on? Maybe putting down the Explorer was a mistake. I'm trying to build a board, but I don't think it's going to go very well, is it? No. So, Horus Explosion would give us a real issue. Because Horus goes up to 6, doesn't it? Yeah, we'd have to dedicate a lot of resources just to kill it. That'd be quite tough. So Horus is going to attack then. Toxic leak. I don't know, they've only got 1 card in hand. This doesn't feel like, oh no, we're totally out of this. You know, it just feels like, okay, well, you know, do something then. How do I want to handle this? We can't kill the Horus this turn. That's the bit that sucks, really, is we can't... Yes, we can. What am I talking about? No, we can't. Wait. Okay, yeah. Okay, I've got it. Took me a while to catch on there. Sorry about that. So, absolutely, it's going to be this, right? Into... this. Into this. This, and we throw this as well, and we're hoping they actually ping it off and give us a card, and then we evolve off of this. Yeah, 5-2 is still pretty miserable though, right? I feel like they'd actually be winning this game if they use their default mutants. They seem They seem scared of using a default mutant. There's nothing to be afraid of, mate. You can do it. If we could get a bid recycling, though, having a 5-1 that's worth 4 evolution points is definitely not something I'm comfortable with. So it's a 1-for-1? Yeah. We definitely take those. I'd have still preferred they pinged off our data fuse, though. Maybe that power was a mistake as well. I was trying to get to the point, because if it's only a 1-1, they can ping it off and not die. The 2-1 at least means they have to have certain cards in their hands. You know, we're basically saying, look, you've got 3 cards in hand. If you haven't got the right cards, you can't actually get this 2-1 off. For example, Demon, like... Absalom could evolve the demon they have in their hand, but the demon would still die to the Explorer, right? Because it would evolve to a 2-2. Demon evolve. Come on, mate, you've only got 2 cards in hand. We know one's a demon. There we go. Yeah. You could see the butterfly effect, couldn't you? Oh, I suppose you could destroy the Pandemonium. Yeah, that's good. No, you should have destroyed the Pandemonium. I only realised afterwards, but we made a mistake, didn't we? So you were worried about the evolution? The Pandemonium's about to evolve anyway, so I don't think so. Pfft. These games are so weird. You know, I might actually ask someone that plays Squad just to watch these matches and tell me if this is what Squad actually feels like, because this just doesn't. These matches, like, people are conceding, people are making like terrible moves. We could be playing with like 20 cards, 20 crappy cards, and we'd still be winning these. I mean, people are just doing weird things. You know, these can't be typical matches. It's kind of ruining the experience for me a bit. I'm so excited about Squad. I really want to like learn how to play Squad. I've done the best I can. I've got like a 5 out of 10 deck. It's so incredibly average. I think I'm just running into, like, I don't want to even say new players. I don't know what's going on. I'm also not quite having the experience I thought I was going to have. I was expecting like big plays where the board gets filled up and we're like, bam, slam, there you go. 5 units on the board, every unit, free. Deal with this. 15 damage on the board, right there. You know, threaten the Croak or just clear up everything. Amazing, you know, but it hasn't quite been like that. Actually, you know, we seem to be playing around 2-3, which is a little bit uncomfortable because I really do try and play around foul play a lot. But with Squad, you kind of have to go to like 2-3. It's a weird one. Everything about this deck is kind of counter to my personality, I guess. I'm a coward right up to the point that I think I can win, and then I just throw everything down. Maybe I'm just constantly terrified of foul play. I don't know. It sounds weird, right? But we kind of want to get smashed. I kind of really want to get smashed playing a Squad deck, while we also kind of get the draws we want. So I can say, oh, okay, this is what it feels like, you know. We kind of got what we wanted, and we kind of did the things that we wanted to do. Oh, wow. Can I really get rid of the command center and strength in numbers? But I don't... Oh, because I've got the cycle overload. Oh, this is difficult. Everything... Oh, no. I can't do this. Yeah, we need more than this. This isn't enough. We need something to put in the Cryo Core as well. 25% of our deck can go in that Cryo Core. Give me something. But that means... So you have to cycle then. Otherwise you're just throwing a card away. Okay. We can pierce in damage, but Puggington does no damage itself. It is going to evolve next turn though. To a 1-4. Okay. Do I just want to bid recycle? We can evolve their Puggington. It's not... I just think that's not a problem, right? Yeah. I think we just want the cards. I should have probably done that the other way around though. What a handsome chap. I mean, of course, I think everyone likes Puggington a little bit. Like, he's very adorable. So they would have to Darwinism. Wow, what is this deck? Okay. Oh no, that's a mistake. That's got to be a mistake. So we're about to explode all over their face now. And our Andromeda's about to get really, really big. That's one. Foul play. Oh, it doesn't matter. What am I even... Foul play, side reel, cycle, this, Celendis, and again. Probably shouldn't have risked it. I'd rather not have so much on the board. Rather strangely, right? Do we actually want to do this? Kind of. They've got something in the Cryo Core. It might actually be better to do it this way. We don't want to give them too much, do we? Yeah. This sucks. You don't have auto repair, do you? It's just everything else. I'd rather have a 3-5 body on the floor and make the foul play a little bit awkward. We could actually legitimately bid recycle here as well. Do we want to keep this rolling? It makes their... well, I mean, because they've got something in the Cryo Core, it's still not easy for them either way, is it? It's kind of weird. But we are demanding that they create bodies. Does it actually get rid of squad? It does. Ooh. Oh, that was awful. That was really bad. We were hoping they'd hit the Cryo Core. That's really, really bad. I don't... Okay, that was a mistake, though. Even if you use the small med pack, surely this is a mistake. That can't be right. You're desperately looking for the solution here. Okay, so I'm assuming that they did not have foul play in hand because that was kind of an easy foul play. Maybe we should have played to be a little bit thinner on board. We were desperately playing into it because they could have very easily like crow called into a foul play. It sounds stupid, but are we actually recording? Like, am I actually recording this? Is this even typical? Like, should I even record this? I thought I'd record it because it's like our first adventure into squad, and I was looking forward to it. But this whole session has been so odd. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know if this is typical. I don't know if this is how squad plays. I don't know how this is how most matches play out. You know, like this feels so. What's even going on in some of these matches? Oh crap. Oh crap. Well, we said we kind of wanted to get smashed. You know, but understands squad and what it takes. We're about to get smashed for sure. I can't keep most of this. I need this. Selendis. I can't keep Darwinism either. Yeah. Oh crap. If we can get a board, we should be looking good, but until then, we're in trouble. Oh, we're in such trouble. That confuses me. I guess he's trying something. I've seen Darkou use Panda Vinci before. Wait, what? The game can't contact the servers? You may have a problem with your internet connection, or our servers are overloaded. Okay, what? You may have a problem with your internet connection, or our servers are overloaded. Close app. Really? Really? I've only been playing for 30 minutes. And against Darkou as well. So their servers are overloaded. This was too exciting. I guess we retire undefeated. Squad's broken. Clearly, it's way too strong. Everyone just concedes. Okay. Maybe we'll try it again later. Because nothing about that. You know, I was kind of like, this was not how I expected it to go. I don't know. Like, the whole thing was so strange. I might upload it anyway. Then hopefully someone can just tell me what playing squad is supposed to be like and how the matchups are supposed to play out. That doesn't feel like that was how the matchups were supposed to play out, for sure. I actually think that the server wasn't overloaded. I think Darkou got scared. He realised that he put down Panda Vinci too early and he'd made a critical error. That's the only possible explanation, right? Is he got scared. He saw we had a squad deck and he got scared.